how's it going? It's Tim Brown. Are you wasting your agency's time with activities that won't move the needle? We do a really good job at Hook Agency of kind of making sure that we have very specific deliverables for our clients. But I've worked at other agencies where whatever the client asked them to do, whether it was, on the list that we had already identified as strategic initiatives, or it was just over here on a wild goose chase, we would do it because we didn't want to lose that client. So you could be in a position where you keep sending your agency on these wild goose chases and it's not actually going to move the needle for your business, but they're doing it because they want to keep your business. So watch out for that and take advice from these agencies about, hey, what have you seen really move the needle? What have you seen really get ads for clients? One thing that I've seen that can be a wild goose chase is social media. And I'm not saying all social media through an agency is a wild goose chase, but it can be, especially if it's something where you could just upload the photo directly to Facebook and yet you're putting in like a Google Drive and you're having the agency put it on social media. Cut out the middleman, post that yourself. I do think agencies can come in handy when it comes to things like vanilla social media, meaning, let's say, posting the blog post onto Facebook and other social media channels. But otherwise, cut the middleman. Do your internal cultural posts on social media and before and afters and things like that. I think it's good to have somebody internally for social media. Second, ads without attribution. If you're having a agency work on your ads without having clarity about what ads are working and having a monthly checkup on those ads, you're wasting their time because you're essentially potentially wasting a bunch of ad budget. Number 3, fluff. The first example of fluff is branding exercise after branding exercise. What does our brand mean this month? What do we feel about our demographic? How many personas can we have? Let's empathize with those personas. Is that a good exercise every once in a while? Yes. Is it good to do that over and over and over again without taking action? No. I was an internal marketing person, yes, at an agency, but I was the marketing person for that agency for a long time. And I identified there's activities that move the needle and there are activities that don't. And the more time I spend on these activities that don't, the more I'm kind of stealing from my employer. So I identify the activities that move the needle and I spend all my time on those activities and I spend a little bit around the perimeter on those other things. Maybe they're feel-good exercises like branding exercises. Sometimes those are good, but they're not always good. And you got to watch overindulging in them. Tools on tools on tools. Tools are great, right, for marketing? But hey, we're doing heat maps again. We're doing screen recordings. I love screen recordings and SpecLit, Crazy Eggs, stuff like that. You can record users on your website and make improvements based on those recordings. I love that. But how much time are you spending on things like that? And you got to recognize when it becomes fluff. And spending so much time on tools is not always going to make it happen. It's the actions, it's the content, it's the ads that get the result, not constantly reinventing the tool set you're using. And then lastly, this one's going to be spicy. I know some people are going to disagree with me. Disagree in the comments, of course. Please comment. Salesforce and other kind of integrations on your website can become a distraction, especially I've seen before you have significant leads on your website. So if you don't have a ton of leads yet, let's say you have 10 leads a month and you're sitting there trying to integrate a giant CRM like Salesforce, it's overkill and it can be a distraction. So don't waste your agency's time with distractions before taking massive action on the activities that are going to generate leads. You need an agency that's willing to be honest with you about what's really going to move the needle and what might be a distraction right now. I strongly suggest that you work with a marketing agency that cares about moving the needle for your business and not just about doing busy work. All right, have a good one. Bye.